Okay. All right. So, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I hope everybody is nice and relaxed and peaceful in your hearts, right? Because that's where the peace really matters, is in our hearts. And I was thinking about that a lot lately because, I'll sit and I'll think, oh, this is going on, that's going on. And there's always something going on, right? And so, if I can find that place of peace in my heart, if I can find that place of equanimity in my heart, then I can kind of surf the waves of what goes on in the world outside of me a lot more easily, a lot more gracefully. And I can also be a lot more of service to the people that are in front of me, the people that I love, the people that I meet, the people that I'm supposed to reach a hand out to, reach my heart out to. It's a lot easier when I'm feeling like I have a nice, easeful foundation. And so I'm working on that a lot. And it surprises me sometimes just how difficult that can be and how rewarding it is when I can really move into that place of peace in my heart. And so what I've been noticing is that, surprise, surprise, what disturbs that peace more often than anything are my thoughts and the way that I allow my thoughts to just kind of continue down a path for a little while before I actually go, okay, wait, stop, let's turn this around. And I kind of fooled myself into thinking that I was really, really good at catching that thought, noticing when I didn't feel so good, noticing what I was thinking and turning it around. And I'm pretty good at it, but I'm not as good as I thought. I could do better. And I think there's almost something in that familiarity of not complaining, but there's just this familiarity of going down the worst case scenario, or not, maybe not even the worst case scenario, but how dare they, or oh my God, what if, or wouldn't it be nice if they were different? There's something about that I'm almost, I don't know if the word is addicted to, but it's just familiar. And so it's my go to. So I'm trying to go even deeper, go to another level, and really start to let go of that, even to really start to commit to myself to find peace as quickly as possible because it's a lot easier to turn the thoughts around when I catch them immediately. And the truth is, I can tell if I'm being mindful, if my mind's not all over the place, if I'm being mindful, I know when my energy has like kind of dipped. I know in that moment where someone says something or I get some kind of news, and one minute I was, really good and happy, and the next minute, life is horrible. Life is so hard, And so what changed in that moment? It was my thoughts. It was my thoughts. So I'm working really hard on that. And, you know, there's going along with that. I don't know if and I guess it is. There's a reading I want to read. Yeah, and so this thought has something that has really brought me to a place where I'm finding that I can let go of these thoughts and these worries and these fears a lot easier. And it's really realizing that my perspective, really knowing that my perspective is not the only perspective, and my perspective on what the consequences of somebody else's perspective is are also not very valid all the time. In my mind, it's like, okay, I'm going to let my kids walk their paths. And so if they do this, then there's going to be this consequence. But it's okay. It's their path. They'll handle it. How do I even know that there's going to be all those consequences, right? It was like this eye-opening awakening that there's so much that I assume. There's so many layers of this judgment and this closed perspective in this human body that I have. So I'm working to strip the layers. So there's this reading in my Heart Talk book. I thank Jackie all the time. She got this for me, and I love this book. There's so many gems in here. So the reading is this: no two people are the same, and no two people experience or process a situation the same way. Leave room for the other person's point of view. It matters. Our reality is not the only reality, and it's not wise for us to believe that our reality is the only correct one. We are not here to see things the same way. We are here to share ideas and be in community with each other, and we can only do that by respecting each other's perspectives so that we may co-create a culture where everyone is better loved and kept safe. So how appropriate for what I'm working on for myself, and how appropriate for what our world is working on right now, right? It goes so far beyond agreeing to disagree. So it's just some things to think about. Where does that show up in your life? And where in your life can you just hear what somebody else thinks and, has to say, just create a space for them to thrive and to express without feeling the need to put in input, without the need for trying to examine it or find a right or a wrong or decide whether it's a good idea, to just receive. And so just a few things to think about as we move through our practice today. So close your eyes, get super comfortable. Before you even bring your hands to your heart, let them rest on your knees and just feel very grounded. And if you don't feel very grounded, notice that. And ask yourself what you can do in this moment to really root into the essence of the earth beneath you. And feel that support, that foundation that's there all the time. And then once you feel connected to that, just notice how your breath moves up and down as you breathe in and out. And then notice the rhythm of your heart. Maybe you can actually feel the beat of your heart, the pulse of blood moving through you. And from this foundation, notice where in your body right now you're holding tension. Don't adjust it yet, but just notice where it is. The first place that you look, that you feel, that you see. Make a note of it, and then look for any holding anywhere else. Maybe beyond the physical body, maybe your breath, your emotions. And then consciously begin first to relax the areas of your physical body, maybe by shifting and moving a little bit, or maybe just by breathing deeply into those areas. Maybe just the attention, maybe just noticing, oh my gosh, I'm holding my jaw so tightly, gives you the opportunity to release it. And then once you've done that in your physical body, find that place in your emotions and your breath, wherever it was. And do what you can to release that. Again, maybe flowing breath consciously. Or maybe thinking about something that makes you smile, that makes your heart move into a place of ease. From here, take a deep breath in. Exhale completely. Now the next inhale, palms together at the heart. Om Namo, Guru Dev Namo. Inhale to tune in. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Pause, receive, connect to the vibration. And we'll move into our second chant, Ad Gare Name, Celestial Communication Version. Ad Gare Name at the heart, Jagad Gare Name, third eye, Sat Gare Name, opening your heart. And Siri Gurudeve Name, bringing that love back to yourself. 3 times together. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sad Gure Name, Siri Gurudeve Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sad Gure Name, Siri Gurudeve Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sad Gure Name, Siri Gurudeve Name. Settle into the energy. Let it hold you. Feel that energy of protection holding your heart, holding your physical body, holding your mind. Let your breath be easeful. And then inhale deeply. Bring that prayer up overhead. Squeeze the pelvic floor, the navel center up. Let your eyes roll up towards your third eye, holding that breath, holding. And then as you exhale slowly, hands through the ethers around you, moving through your own energy. And then settling your fingertips onto the earth. Again, pausing to receive. We slow down when we're present. There's this awareness that arises up of all of the miraculous energy that we've come here filled with, surrounded by our breath, the atmosphere around us. Let yourself settle into that for a moment. Then opening your eyes, we're going to move into a little bit of breath work. You're going to bring your hands so the pointer fingers are facing up. Your other fingers are curled in with the thumb on top. Just close your eyes for a moment. And with your eyes closed, you're going to focus down at your nose. Really let your focus rest there. And, open your eyes for a moment. Take one of your fingers, put them straight in front of you, stare at it. And then slowly move that finger toward the tip of your nose and follow it with your eyes. Stare at the tip of that finger and don't stop until it touches the tip of your nose. Let your eyes rest right where they are. Close them. Let your hand move down to your knee. And that's what it feels like to stare at the tip of your nose. Okay, so bring those fingers back up to Jupiter fingers. And then bring them in slightly so that they're on either side of your nose. And then open your eyes very, very slightly so they're 9/10 closed. You're still staring down at that nose. And you should see a blur of your fingers and the blur of the tip of your nose. If you don't see your fingers, move them in a little bit more. And from here, we're going to begin to breathe in deeply. So we're going to breathe in through the mouth, out through the nose. In through the mouth, out through the nose. And just keep going, your own pace. So it doesn't have to be fast, but it should be very powerful breath. This is a meditative breath to be honest, open, relaxed, and caring. We start to choose the energies that we want to embrace. A sense of openness creates that atmosphere for others to thrive. A sense of honesty allows us to move through this life in a way that we feel heard, because if we're not honest, no matter how much people listen to us, we're not heard. Not our true words, not our true feelings. Be relaxed, to know that that energy, that ad garename, that energy of being held, is always there. We can relax into that. And to develop a true sense of caring for others, not caring about what their views are, but caring for their hearts. 30 more seconds. Really, really powerful breath. This breath eliminates body toxins, mind toxins. It opens up the optical nerve, and it gives us the ability to see beyond the veils of this world. Inhale. Squeeze everything up. Squeeze your elbows, your forearms toward each other. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then exhale, hands to knees, eyes closed. Begin to meditate on your spine. Bring your inner eye to your spine. First, visualize your spine as a beautiful tunnel moving from all the way down at the base of the sacrum and all the way up to the neck. And then imagine it extending beyond, all the way up to the crown of the head. And then as your full focus moves to your spine, imagine your breath moving up and down your spine, the Sushumna Nadi, the central channel. And as you watch and you feel the breath moving, begin to imagine a colored light moving through your spine, moving up and down with your breath. Beautiful glowing color. Feel a lightness with each in-breath and with each out-breath as this light moves up and down, clearing out anything that is standing in the way of perfect balance of your chakra system. Each chakra connected to different emotions, to different thoughts, beliefs. As we clear that central channel, all of those choices become so perfectly balanced, and that central channel is so clear, and that's where we stand, that's where we make our choices from, that place of clarity. Every emotion we feel, every thought we think, every action we take, if it comes from a place of clarity, then it's ours to own. If it comes from a place of confusion and habit, then whose life are we living? Feel that clearing and that cleansing. And then inhale your arms out to the sides, overhead. Interlace your fingers and bring your hands down so that the base of your skull, the top of your neck rests in your palms, fingers interlaced, elbows out to the sides, eyes closed. Inhale deeply through your nose. Hold the breath. Press your hands into your head into your hands really hard. Pressing, holding the breath. Exhale, keeping your hands where they are, but relaxing the tension. Again, inhale deeply. Press in and back at the same time. Press, 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 hold. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale so deeply. Press forward, press back, hold that breath. Let it all circulate through every cell of your body. Feel it flood every cell of your body. And this time, as you exhale, feel everything standing in the way of your perfect peace, your perfectly peaceful heart. Move away, making space and ease. Exhale. Again, everything down to the knees, hands down to your knees, elbows down toward the floor, relaxing everything. Pause and feel. And from here, place your hands on your knees. Begin to rotate your torso around your pelvis. Nice deep rotations. Moving the energy that we just kind of called up and invited to move out, to rearrange. What if our intention was, in every moment of our lives, to create a space where everyone could thrive? What would that look like? There's a quote from Martin Luther King I'm going to read to you as you pause and begin to move in the other direction. And he said, "Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of creative altruism or in the darkness of destructive selfishness. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" So altruism is the mindset of helping others whenever you can, even when there's no direct benefit to you. But if you think about it, think about what that means. Everybody came from an altruistic view, right? Helping others whenever you can, even if it doesn't benefit you directly. If everybody did that, come to stillness, then how could you not be benefited? Every one of us adopted that point of view as individuals. Everybody would be taken care of. Let that sink in as you close your eyes. Begin to spinal flex here. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And having said that, I know that's not an easy order. Right? We all live in these human bodies with these human minds that are filled with fear sometimes. And we all have such different perspectives, just like it said in that reading. I had something happen to me this week, a conversation happened to me this week. It wasn't something, it was a conversation. And I realized how often I assume other people's perspectives are something that they're not. More. Next time your heart comes forward, pause here. Come back to center, legs wide in a V. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, right hand inside right leg, left arm over your ear, moving toward the right toes. Inhale up, move to the other side, and keep alternating that way, nice and slow. You guys look beautiful. So something happened, and so a friend called me to talk about it, something that happened at work. And I thought to myself, oh, here she goes. She's going to have a resentment. So she always does. But I decided to Just listen to what she had to say and keep my big mouth shut. And what happened was, as she started talking and telling me what happened, she came to a place where she realized that what she was thinking was based upon experiences that she's had all her life. And that maybe her view of what happened was off, but she had no idea how to look at it differently. The next time you come to the right, stay there, arm inside, left arm reaching over. Take that left arm, reach it straight up to the sky. Inhale your right up. Twist to the left. Right hand on the outside of the left thigh, left arm behind you. Inhale back up and down. And do that a few times. Up, twist, and keep going. And when she said that, I was like, it amazed me how quickly, by giving her a little bit of space, she was able to not just repeat her pattern, to say to me, I don't know how not to repeat this pattern. I want to see this differently, but I don't know how. And we were able to have a conversation that gave her a different perspective, and both of us walked away a lot lighter. And I realized how often, I don't create that space for people. And so I'm going to do that more often. I'm going to listen. I'm going to let people come to their own conclusions. The next time that you find yourself diving in on the right, stay there. Inhale up to center. Bow forward. Inhale up. Exhale left. Reach that right arm over. Inhale it straight up. Left arm comes up. Begin that twisting. Floating back down. Same journey as you did on the other side. Right? Everybody has different perspectives on things, and we're all here to grow and learn. Every one of us have our limiting beliefs. And miracles truly happen when, instead of feeding into those limiting beliefs, agreeing or arguing or telling somebody that they're this or they're that, we could just hold that space to allow others to see beyond their limitations. The miracles occur. It also makes me realize that I need others to hold that space for me, because my perspectives can also use some opening so often. The next time that you dive down to the left, stay, reach, come on up, and exhale forward. Really let yourself melt down this time. Long, deep breaths. Let everything relax as you let yourself move toward the floor, letting gravity have its way with you. And then come on up. Bring the soles of your feet together, moving into Badakhanasana. And from there, just let your hands rest either on your toes or on your ankles. Close your eyes. Just begin to breathe long and deep, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your nose, letting your hips open, your legs settle down. And then begin to move your knees up and down like butterfly wings. There's something really beautiful about listening to other people's perspectives, about trying to see things through somebody else's eyes. There's so much to learn in this world. There's so many different ways to do things. Right? If only I was as open-minded about everything as I was about trying different kinds of food. My mind does this thing where it says, nope, 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 not familiar. But when it comes to food, I'm like, pepper on that? Okay, let me try it. Right? If I could approach life like that, that's what I'm trying to do. Let me give it a try. Let me taste it. Let me see. I don't have to keep it. I don't have to own it. I don't have to swallow it. Let me taste it. Come to stillness. Move your legs back into easy sitting pose. And then roll over onto all fours, tabletop. And from here, begin those cat-cows again. Flexing your spine. Flexing your breath. Flexing your mind. So also the thought of altruism, of helping others, even if there's no benefit for you. What does helping mean? That's something else I noticed that I have to kind of redefine sometimes. Helping doesn't mean me helping by doing what I think is best for you. True altruism, creative altruism, is allowing the person that is being helped to participate in the conversation. Tell me what you need. What does it look like to you? Come to stillness. And then stretch into cow pose. Stay there. Really bring your heart forward, your eyes up. And from here, press back into child's pose. And then immediately flow forward into cow pose and keep going. Cow pose to child's pose. Keep going. I was watching a show, I guess about a week or so ago. And, it was one of those police shows on TV. And there was this one part that really spoke to me. There was this officer who was, they were doing something in a very poor part of town. They were holding some kind of a thing where people would come and sign up for tutoring or something. And he noticed that there was a playground across the street, and the playground had a lock. Somebody had put a lock on the gate so that the kids couldn't get in. And he noticed that all the light bulbs had been broken out. The next time that you come into child's pose, stay there. And so he thought he was going to help. He really wanted to do something for this neighborhood. And so he went over with a pair of lock cutters and he cut the lock off and he replaced all the light bulbs. And he said, look, now the kids have a place to play. And some of the parents were so angry. And one of them said to him, we put the locks there because drug dealers flood this park all the time. The help that we needed wasn't new light bulbs. We need people to come down here to stop the sale of drugs. So we need people to care about the fact that drugs are being sold in our playgrounds. And it was eye-opening for him, and it was eye-opening for me. Right? Sometimes what we think is help in our minds is there's so much more that needs to be done. There's something so different. Come back to all fours. Inhale your right arm out to the right. Exhale, let it float under your left. Bring your shoulder to the mat. Reach that extended hand all the way to the top of the mat if you like, or you can bring it onto your sacrum or up in the air. So including others, the people that we want to help, including them in the conversation. I've learned to say to my daughter, instead of, if you need help, let me know. I'll say to her, is there something I can do for you? I let her tell me what that is. I don't just, give her money, or I ask, is there something I can do for you? And the more that we do that, the more we create an atmosphere where people will answer us honestly, where they feel that it's a genuine request. And we can also ask for the help that we need, because everybody needs a hand up at some time. Right? Sometimes we just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes we just need somebody to just do the darn dishes. What is it that I can do for you? If your hand is extended or on your back, walk it back. Begin to press up, back into all fours. Bring that arm up and plant it. Move to the other side. Floating the left arm up. Slide it under the right. Threading the needle. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Always breathing. Maybe noticing the energy from that breath work we did beginning to open up a place inside of you. Maybe asking yourself questions like, where can I be more open in my life? Where can I be more vulnerable with others? Is there some area of my life where I could be more honest with myself or someone else? What do I need to relax around? What beliefs, what situations? Is there a way that I could be even more caring than I already am? Bring that arm in. Come back as you press up to all fours. Left arm out. And then back onto the mat. Curl your toes. Lift your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Maybe move your hips around. You can even do some hip rolls here. Rolling your hips in one direction. And maybe in the other. Find a point of stillness. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Plant your right hand. Inhale your left arm up to the sky. Left arm back down. Lower your back knee. Make sure that you're not right on top of that back knee. Slide it back a little bit. And then inhale your arms up, Anjaneyasana. Inhale up, reach up. Let your heart move toward the sky, but relax your ribs down. Take one long deep breath here. And as you exhale, hands down, framing your right foot. Pressing into the mat, lifting your back knee. Stepping that right foot back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Wiggle your hips. Find your stillness. Other leg forward. Planting that left hand. Right arm up to the sky. You guys look amazing. Deep inhale. As you exhale, your hand floats down. Gently lower your back knee. Slide it back a bit. Find that place of balance as you rise up. Arms to the sky. Anjaneyasana. Again, really noticing as you bring your heart forward, your shoulder blades toward each other. Noticing what those ribs are doing. See if you can just relax them down. Really feeling an opening in your heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Plant your hands. This time, step the back foot forward, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. From here, bend your knees a lot. Inhale your arms forward. And come halfway up into chair. Pause here for a full breath. And then rise all the way up. Palms overhead in prayer. Prayer down to your heart. Eyes closed. Prayerful mountain pose. Bring your hands so that the palms are facing your belly, right in front of your belly. So they look like this. And imagine, close your eyes and imagine a sensation of energy. Or maybe you won't even have to imagine, maybe you can feel it. The sensation of energy pulsing from your solar plexus, your third chakra, the place of your truth, your power. See if you can feel this energetic movement between your solar plexus and your hands. And imagine your hands being filled with the energy of your vitality, your place in this world. And then slowly begin to move your hands up, passing in front of your heart, in front of your throat, through your third eye and over the crown of your head. And then let your arms float out, down and around, making a circle as you come back to where you started. And continue that journey, slowly moving your hands up through the upper chakras, over the crown, down and around. And as you continue to move that way, begin to incorporate the breath. Deep, deep inhale. So you're moving all the way up. Nice long exhale through the nose as your arms are moving around in that circle and coming back to where you started. Breathe and move that way a few more times. The next time that you find your palms in front of your solar plexus, pause there. And then just begin to sweep your arms out to the side and then back down. So kind of just swaying. Moving the energy in different directions, in different ways. And then let your arms come out to a T and begin to twist to the left and twist to the right. Your arms remaining out in a T as you twist and you move, picking up momentum, closing your eyes, letting this become a dance. So the more awareness we get about things that we want to move toward, habits that we want to refine, different ways to kind of up our game, because maybe you're already helping so much. Maybe there is so much altruism coming from your heart naturally. But then the realization that, oh, let that person join in the conversation. Asking yourself the question, is helping always helping? Am I giving what's needed? Incorporating little things like that in takes some time and some patience, and it brings up feelings, emotions. Right? With our kids a lot, it's kind of like, but I know what you need to be okay. That's not always true. I know what you need to be okay to be my kind of okay, but I'm not sure what okay is for you. Come to center, arms out to the T, and just begin to move your arms back in big circles. And then as you circle your arms, start to bring your body forward and down toward the floor till your spine is parallel to the floor. And then continue to circle and come back up. And just keep doing that, circling, bending down, circling, coming up. And the next time that you come up, stay up, arms at a T, and let them fall to your sides. Maybe shake them out a little bit. Shake your whole body out a little bit here. Do a little dance. Shake everything. Get everything going. Your feet, your hips, your head. Move it all around. I love you guys. What beautiful energy, really. And come to that point of stillness. Pause and feel for a moment. And then inhale the arms overhead, palms together in prayer. Move that prayer down the midline of your body all the way to the floor. Plant your hands. Step one foot back and then the other. Moving your knees to the floor. Knees nice and wide, big toes together. Moving into child's pose. And rest here. You can make a pillow with your hands if you'd like, or you can have your arms stretched out in front of you. I'm going to read you another little reading that goes along with what I read before. It's a poem. It's called What to Do with What We Learn. I did not come into this room to see the world through your eyes. I cannot do that. I came here to listen, not merely with my ears, but with my heart. Tell me your story, and may I leave loving more and knowing better. May I leave here carrying you in my spirit as I walk out of this room and into another. We have so much to learn from each other. So much to learn. Right and wrong just dissolve. When we become curious and open and we let the fear of each other, the fear of not enough, begin to dissolve. When we embrace our own magnificence and when we embrace the benevolence of this universe that just wants us to thrive, then we begin to really create a space where everyone can thrive. Inhale, exhale. Come on up to all fours. Do a few nice deep hip rolls. The other direction if you haven't already. Come to stillness. Find a seat. Bring your hands out in front of your heart. We're going to do something called a body blessing. So you're going to cup your hands in front of your heart. Close your eyes. And imagine all of the blessings of the universe pouring into your hands. Whatever that may be to you, whatever it is that you need now, maybe courage or clarity, direction, or some other kind of support, whatever it is, imagine what you need pouring into your hands right now. You ask, the universe provides, and your hands are so full that they're heavy. And then begin to bring this energy up over the crown of your head. Actually, let your hands touch the crown of your head and move down the back of your head, Cross your shoulders. And then let them move in front of your heart and down through your solar plexus. And then around the back of your body to your kidneys. Pause there. Let your hands rest on either part of your back body. The kidneys represent the energy of fear. Feel the fear releasing. And then let your hands come down across your legs. And then back up, cupped in front of your heart. And continue doing that a few times at your own pace. Gather the blessings. Gather what it is you need. It's yours. Just ask. And pour it over you. Blessing yourself. Accepting the altruism of the universe. Maybe a sense of filling so completely with all that you need. The ability to give without worrying about benefit feels so natural because there's so much. Any doubt inside of you that there is unlimited, infinite resources of every kind available, any doubt about that begins to melt away as you bless yourself and you feel the benevolence of the universe, of God, whatever you want to call it, pouring through, vibrating every cell of your body. The next time that your hands cup in front of your heart, pause. And bring those blessings into your heart as your right hand rests on your heart center, your left over it. Just feel the fullness. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, let your hands come down to your knees and make your way to your back. Once you get there, plant your feet. Place your left ankle on your right knee. Reach in for that right thigh, coming into pigeon pose on your back. Maybe letting that left elbow press your thigh away as you pull the right leg forward. And then inhale both legs up to the sky. And switch sides. Lots of breath. Lots of love. Both legs up to the sky. Bring your legs out to a V. So nice and wide up in the air. Yeah, there you go, pair. And then move them together. One more time, open up wide. Move them together. And then begin to make circles in the air with your feet, both feet together. Just begin to circle around, yep. Legs up in the air and just circle, circle, circle. Move in the other direction. Back to stillness. Slowly begin to bend your knees and plant your feet. Let them come nice and close to your butt, arms at your sides. Inhale your arms up overhead, press into your feet, raise your hips. Coming into a bridge pose. Chin moves away from the chest moves toward the chin. Exhale, arms back down, hips back down. A few more times, inhaling up, nice rolling bridge. And exhaling down. After the next one, as your hips touch the ground, bring your knees into your chest. Arms out to the sides. Spinal twist to the right. And we hold space for each other to see beyond our perceived limitations. Miracles occur. Back to center, to the other side. I told a story last week about a little tiger who was raised by goats and thought it was a goat. And it needed another tiger to tell him, no, you're not a tiger. You're not a goat, you're a tiger. He needed input from the outside to change his perspective. What if we could be that for others? Hold the space. The other tiger walked him to a pond and had him stare into the stillness at his own reflection so that he can come to his own acceptance that he was not a goat, he was a tiger. What are you that you don't realize? And who can you lead to the still pond so that they can stare at their truth? Come back to center. Legs up to the sky. Lower all the way down to the floor. Take any last stretches to move into Shavasana. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Circle your wrists and your ankles. Let your head rock from side to side. Bring your knees into your chest, palms, soles of your feet meeting as you begin to rub, touching the fire of truth inside of you. And then either rocking up and down on your spine or over to your right. We'll meet palms together at our hearts, easy sitting pose. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Please join me in sealing our practice with a long Satnam. Inhale. Sa. Nam. Sliding your thumbs to the space between your brow, dropping your chin into your own amazingness. Be love, believe, be true to you. Satnam.